Hey, welcome to World Entertainment, and as you can see, we're talking Man of Tomorrow because this thing is looking to be a disaster at this stage. It's just appearance after appearance. There's more people constantly getting added to this thing. It's going to be overbloated, overstuffed. But there's a new rumor doing the round. It's interesting, they don't actually tell us where this rumor comes from. But the rumor makes a bit of sense, but at the same time, we will take it with a massive grain of salt. But it's regarding Jonathan Kent. And the rumor is, are they killing him off in this movie? Because of course, Superman's father dies. Spoiler, even though everybody knows it. Now, it's the question of, how is he going to die? Because we know the controversy around Man of Steel, where Superman, Clark Kent, Kal-El, allowed his father to die in the tornado. Completely missing the point of how he originally died, which was the heart attack, which we'll get into. So we'll have a quick look at this part. Now, it says possible spoilers, but if it's only about Paul Kent's death, it's not really a spoiler because it's a known fact that it's kind of the big thing that pushes Superman to keep going. So like most of James Gunn's movies, 2025 Superman had a largely comedic tone. The portrayal of Jonathan and Martha Kent proved surprisingly divisive. There's nothing surprising about it, they were retards. With the filmmakers' attempt to portray them as folksy and rustic, leading to complaints that they'd been turned into simple-minded hillbillies. Yes, they absolutely were turned into nothing more than a couple of hillbillies. Like, they truly were just the dumbest pair of mother humpers you've ever seen. So, however, things with Clark Kent's Ma and Pa could get far more serious in next summer's Man of Tomorrow. Dun dun dun, but why? Well, as you can see, while it's yet to be reported on by any of the usual suspects, a rumour is spreading like wildfire on social media that the sequel will feature the death of Jonathan Kent. In Geoff Johns and Gary Frank's Action Comics number 870, Clark's parents managed to avoid a missile sent to destroy their home by Brainiac. The shock proved too much for Jonathan, who suffered a heart attack. Superman raced to get there in time to help, but was too late because he'd been distracted by the restoration of the Kryptonian city of Kandor. It was a tragic moment, and one it makes sense for Gunn to put his own spin on in Man of Tomorrow, further suggesting that John's take on Brainiac, which was a major turning point for the character that finally revealed the monster behind all the robots Superman was previously faced, is inspiring the movie. Inspiring the movie is another rumor doing the rounds today, which this one makes no real sense. I'll show you. That claims a particular set has been built in Georgia that features Brainiac's collection of bottled cities. He's likely planning to add Metropolis to his collection, and Kandor's presence there could explain why Supergirl reportedly has a key role in Man of Tomorrow. Why? Why would Kandor explain why Supergirl is in? Oh wait, because you mean that's where she's meant to be from? But that's not the city she was in Supergirl, was it? No. They changed that origin. She's not from Kandor anymore, and the city she was in with her parents, floating in space in the shield, was not Kandor. So why would the city of Kandor being in a bottle in Brainiac's lair in this movie bring Supergirl in? That's BS. Now, the thing about Jonathan Kent dying, as you can see, now there's different versions. This is the Geoff Johns version where it was Brainiac sent to me. But almost every story until Man of Steel, Jonathan Kent suffers a heart attack. That's how he dies. This is the thing that Zack Snyder completely missed the point on. When he chose to have Kal-El stand there and not expose himself for being Superman, even though he could have flown in, grabbed Jonathan, got out there before anyone even noticed. The idea of him standing there and allowing his father to die, where they're trying to say, well, he was helpless in that situation because he couldn't expose himself. He absolutely could, because the guy is that fast. He could have zipped in, grabbed Jonathan out before anyone noticed, as we said. So he wasn't helpless. That's the point of the heart attack with Jonathan Kent. Is it something Superman has no power over? He couldn't stop it, and he can't stop it. That is the whole purpose of Jonathan Kent suffering the heart attack. So even in this, like when you're saying, oh, he raced to get there, but he was too late. Even the case of if he showed up on time, there was nothing he could do. And that is what the emotional beat is of that particular moment. It's the exact same when it comes to Spider-Man and Uncle Ben. That Spider-Man was pretty much powerless to stop Uncle Ben from dying, but it's what Uncle Ben relays to Spider-Man in that moment of, with great power comes great responsibility and stuff. And it's basically showing him that he can do all these great things, but there's certain things he can't do. And that's the same with Superman. The death of Jonathan Kent through the heart attack is the fact that he's powerless against it. Here's the problem as well, though, with James Gunn. If they are introducing the death of Jonathan Kent in this movie, whether it's through a heart attack, whether it's through other means, there's no emotional connection for us, the audience, to Clark and Jonathan. We had one scene with them on their own together. One. And the portrayal of Jonathan Kent and Martha throughout that movie were that they were just retarded idiots. They were basically inbreds. That's why a lot of people were looking on. They're just inbred hicks. It's like, you've already destroyed and muddied the water with those characters, and having them being so stupid, his death will have no impact now on the audience. The only emotion you're going to get is from whatever David Cornsworth's performance can give us, the audience, but at the same time, there's no connection between us and the audience with that particular version of Jonathan Kent and this particular version of Clark Kent, because again, they had one scene together where he actually spoke to him, because every other scene is with the mother, and the mother is the one speaking. It's like you didn't build to that point. Obviously, it could work if you were introduced to the characters properly and they weren't just these dumb retards, that they were actually strong, independent characters who really did boost Superman up to be the man he is and stuff like that, but they didn't do that. So killing him off, whether it's through a heart attack or not, it's not going to have the impact I think they think it's going to have. And with the movie being so over-bloated, like Blue Beetle apparently is now going to be in this thing. There's other names apparently getting dropped into it. It's going to be too bloated, so the scene's probably not going to stick with you either, because it's probably going to be, oh no, he's dead, well, moving on. That's probably how this is going to roll out, so I don't know. But again, it's just a rumour at this stage. It makes sense if they do kill off Jonathan Kent, because, he is meant to die. But where the rumour comes from, don't know. Is there any truth to it? Don't know. But overall, the main conversation about this is the impact of what it means for when Jonathan Kent dies by heart attack, is that it's the one thing Superman can't stop or change. So let me know what you guys think of this rumour. Do you think it's true that they will kill off Jonathan Kent in this? And do you think it will have any emotional impact, seeing as how those two characters were portrayed in James Gunn's Superman, and that there's really no relationship there to care about anyway? Let me know. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like, share, subscribe, hit that hype button, make sure you're still subscribed, all that stuff. Cheers, I'll catch you in the next one.